So I have a question for you. I'd like you to close your eyes for a second. Just listen. If you could repeat any day of your life, which day would you repeat? Which day would you do over? Take it in. Imagine it. See it. As you open your eyes and come back into the room, take a moment to explore the idea of what you do with the day. Would you cherish each moment again? Would you go through them one by one, seeing each person, conversing with each person? Or is it a do-over day for you? A chance to do something that you didn't feel like you did quite right? I've asked this question many times, and recently when I asked it again to myself, I came up with two different versions. And I want you to capture it. On the back of your bulletin, there's a little space for notes. Capture that day. Make yourself a little note or a date or an event so that you get to work with it all week, that you get to explore that idea. Most people, when asked this question, do think about a day they wanted to correct something where they want to go back and do something differently. But most people aren't lunatics. You may think about a day that you just want to revel in how fabulous it was.
Yeah.
Because you feel it was the best day of your life. One of those for me was that. It was absolutely an amazing day, and I wanted to go back and live it again. As I was describing that to JD, my husband, last night, he said, well, you did. Don't you remember when you were in school, you wrote a whole paper about, it was our wedding day, about our wedding day. And I said, no, I don't remember writing this paper, so I've got to go look it up. It's somewhere in my computer. But he reminded me that I had gone through and relived every moment and wrote it down. Those opportunities to go back and live something over and to experience it is one of the unique privileges of our memory and our time together. We get to celebrate something, or we get to go back and imagine it different, saying, oh, if I had the chance again, I'd do it this way. I'd say this. I'd be more present. I'd be more aware of someone else. I would choose differently. Well, guess what? You just did. You can. We get to do it over and over again. I know the talk title today is The Best Day of My Life. The best day of my life. And it's possible that the best day of your life is today. It is absolutely probable that the best day of your life is today. And you may say, well, how's that? How can that possibly be, Reverend Ken? Well, the best day of your life is today because it's the one you've got. All those beautiful memories and that wonderful essay I wrote about my favorite day are a memory that exists only now, right here. The past does not exist. And the future hasn't happened yet. So the only day I really have is today. The only moment I can be fully present with you, the only moment I can relive something I really enjoyed is right now. So when I think I want to go back to the best day of my life, I'm there. And it's here. And it's this great paradox. All at once, it's happening. And that conversation I want to have differently with someone, that do-over, where I want to go back and make a different choice, happens today, here, and now, in this very moment. For there is no past and there is no future, but just the boldness and the tenacity and audaciousness that says, when you wake up in the morning and say, this is going to be the best day of my life. That is a courageous statement. What we call here an affirmation. An affirmation of the good that we expect. An affirmation of the good that is already in place. Now, that doesn't mean that we're unrealistic. Actually, for me, means we're totally realistic. If anything could happen today, if anything is possible, something you might call negative or awful or evil, and something that you could call fabulous, why not choose the fabulous? Right? Why not choose the highest? Why spend all of our time worrying about what's going to go wrong? Well, there's a physiological reason for it, because there's a little tiny part of our brain called the amygdala. And the amygdala is ancient. It comes from the time when we were pre-human. And it comes from the time when we had to scour everything for anything that was about to kill us, right? So our nature, our brain, our mind nature is programmed to look for the negative. Absolutely. That's why constantly negative news always wins. You know, it bleeds, it leads, that old line from the newspapers is true, because something in our human nature calls us to do that. But something in our spiritual nature, something in our divinity calls us to something higher. Something that knows that there are invisible hands at work right now, conspiring for your highest good. That there are archetypes and angels and ancestors who have all gone before us and are working right alongside of us right now to make the best possible happen. So while everything is possible, we have discovered here, and we practice and we teach here in Unity, that what you affirm, what you envision, what you predict has a greater likelihood of actually happening. So while we acknowledge our amygdala and say, okay, but I'm choosing something else today. I'm choosing to have the best day of my life. I'm choosing to have a life beyond my wildest dreams. And even when things go wrong, I know it still can be the best day of my life. As I was preparing this talk, I'm like a squirrel, or a dog who sees a squirrel, and Facebook always pulls me away from my talk prep. And I find myself sitting in front of my computer thinking I'm writing a talk, and find myself on Facebook, but sometimes it pays off. And this video I found on Facebook this week. I'm going to show it to you.
Points from her this weekend, and she's just coming up on door now in the home stretch. then falling down, gets up quickly, but that's going to cost her. Lucky she wasn't injured.
Her teammate just went to the front, though, so they may be able to recover from that. And Gordon is flying down the back stretch. She is not. She is going to catch 5 more, and she may catch something else.
This is an extended 400 race. But if it's a ball with 200 meters to go and get up and win, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's what the movie said on the season. Here's the ball. Up to
Wow. She went down just before the bell last week.
Go ahead. I heard her before that collision. And she's powering down this home stretch. Just doing everything she can to win this heat.
Right? Wow. So when we were in our Absolute Abundance class, we're having our Absolute Abundance class right now on Wednesday nights, and we're having a talk together as a group, and we asked the question, how many of you have had your heart broken? How many of you have fallen down? How many of you have stumbled like that, right? And I ask you to raise your hand right now with us if you have stumbled or had your heart broken, and keep it up, right? Take a look around, right? So if you've recovered from that fall, raise your other hand. And this is what's called testify. Right? It's not that she fell. She fell. She decided she was going to have the best race of her life. Right? And she fell flat on her face, right at the home stretch, right at the last lap. She got up and won the race. Right? That kind of amazing determination. And here's the great thing. You all raised your hand. We've all fallen. We've all fallen, and whether you get up at that moment and complete the race, or you get up today because you want the do-over day, and you finish the race today, you still cross the finish line. You still win. You get to have the best day of your life. You get to do it over again. Falling does not preclude you from winning. In fact, it is a prerequisite. Right? It's a prerequisite for winning. We all fell so many times as we learned to walk. We all failed so many times as we learned to spell. I still do. We all failed and had our hearts broken so many times when giving and seeking love. Today is going to be the best day of my life.
Amen.
I get up this morning and I'm affirming because I want to get up like that woman did. Like that amazing young woman. And say, today is going to be the best day of my life. Whatever happens in it, I expect great things. I boldly get up whenever I stumble and fall. And continue the race and continue the sprint. We don't know if she won. This was just a heat. We don't know if she won the ultimate race. But she's the one everybody's talking about. She's the one that's got all these posts on Facebook. That's inspiration. That's life-changing. That's what makes us all admire the human capacity for endurance, for overcoming. The spiritual capacity for knowing the truth. That whatever happens around me does not define who I am. Only what happens within me can define what my life is and means. So whatever the setback, a diagnosis, a relationship, a job, or all at once, all those things happen to you at once. Get up and finish the race. Get up and boldly state, this is going to be the best day of my life. And if you want to make it even more powerful, I took that phrase from a song we're going to hear in a few minutes here. It's really popular right now. You could turn it and unitize it a little bit and say, this is the best day of my life. Keeping even this day makes a future. Right now is the best day of my life. As I sit here in this community of family and friends, as I sit here in this spiritual home that I have created, each and every one of us here is creating this spiritual home as we talk, as we sit, as we listen, as we participate, as we give, and as we receive. In this spiritual home right now, right here, this is the best day of my life. This is the moment I have been waiting for, and I choose to boldly step up into it. When you commit to something, the universe conspires to help you make it happen. When you commit boldly to a course of action, things that you couldn't imagine would happen seem to fall right into place. It's not just spiritual talk. It's not just unity talk. But people from across the world, from athletes to explorers, have all known this. This quote, whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius and magic and power in it. Begin it now. It's usually quoted to Goethe. But as I researched it, they can't find it really any of Goethe's writing. But it comes to Goethe because W.H. Murray quoted it in a talk when he talked about climbing Mount Everest and making the commitment to do it. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, whatever do-over you want to do or day you want to relive, commit to it today. Boldly and courageously say, yes, I am going to finish this. I am going to accomplish this. And know that you can have the best day of your life. Today, right here, and right now. Surrounded by all of this love. It's the best day of your life. Take a deep breath. And say that with me. Today is the best day of my life. Now, pay attention to anything that came up. Oh, the joy, the feeling of that. Notice that in your heart, in your mind, how it feels. Notice the thoughts that came up that might be contrary to that. Right? Notice the thoughts that came up that might be contrary. And just examine them. Are they really here right now? Right here, as you sit in this chair, are those negative things happening? Is there anything that you lack right now in this very second? And once again, take a deep breath and affirm with me. Today is the best day of my life. One more time. Today is the best day of my life. And so it is. So it is. Amen. Let's take this to our time of meditation.
Into my God, when I pray. and to begin to breathe in a way that is most comfortable to you, in a way that takes you into your inner chamber. Relax, feel the chair support you. And settle into the awareness that this is the best day of your life. This day, this moment is yours. And you have the power, you have the imagination, you have the desire to make this day truly great, truly wonderful, and completely yours. All of the power, all of the drive, the determination, the boldness that exists in divine mind exists and expresses as you on this, the best day of your life. There is nothing in the outer, there is no circumstance, there is no situation, there is no person greater than the knowledge that the divine is expressing in you, as you, and through you in this moment. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. And through this awareness, through this livingness, through the knowledge of this truth, you meet your destiny on this, the best day of your life. And nothing shall be impossible unto you. The power of life, that vitalizing, life-giving spirit, is expressing as you right now. And you choose how you want to use it. As you feel its flow, never ending, always moving forward, always seeking the highest and best expression of itself through you on the best day, this day, the best possible day of your life. You are the light of the world, and you let your light shine. Take your dreams, your goals, and the truth and understanding of your divine inheritance, and allow that to express boldly, beautifully, and uniquely as you. You have no limit. As you let your imagination take you into the silence. As you bring your awareness back to this room, back to this time, back to this space, as you boldly declare, this is the best day of my life, as you live from the truth and the knowingness that you are the light of the world. And as your light shines, your goals, your hopes, your dreams are truly realized and cannot help but manifest in glorious, surprising, and wonderful ways. And for this truth and this knowing, I invite you to join me and say, Amen.
Amen.